Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Phixin the Phils. In the last one, we adjusted the minors a bit, sim 20 games into June, and now, after a big win over the Reds, I'm trying to rebalance our system a little bit more, call up some guys, send down some guys, maybe finally make a trade. And one trade I have my eye on right now is I really want to move Carlos Ruiz. I think Aaron Sibby is a very good part of our lineup. He's been hitting very well since I called him up to platoon with Ryan Howard. I still want Cameron Rupp as the everyday catcher. So now if I want to call up another hitter, especially someone who plays the infield, it's really tough with Ruiz taking up a spot, as we kind of have 3 catchers at the moment. So, what I'm going to try to do is trade Carlos Ruiz. I was searching the trade block, and I found the best second base prospect. He's in Double-A, Pawtucket. I'm not sure if this trade will work. I haven't tried it out or anything, but he's a young second baseman. He's 10, so he's, I don't know why I keep having trouble with how many years it is. It's 11 years since we're in 2016 now, so he's 21 in real life. He's hitting pretty well in Double-A, and he's a second base prospect, which is something we don't have any of. I read his scouting report a little bit, and they were saying he's going to be a good fielder. So let's see if that trade will happen. Oh, it's been rejected. Let me see if I can take on some money and get this trade to go through. All right, there we go. So I actually threw in Hanley Ramirez's contract. I don't have any interest in Hanley whatsoever. So I'm going to call him up to the majors and see if I can trade him just to shed his contract and get anything at all in return. Alright, so no one would take Hanley Ramirez. I really tried, but his contract is just so big. I have to take on so much money to get rid of him that I'm just going to leave him in Triple-A on the trade block. If I can get some kind of deal for him, great. If not, too bad. I put a few other guys on the trade blocks in Triple-A. And right now, in the majors, the only guys I'm really looking to move would be Ryan Howard, of course, Andres Blanco, just because I think I could get something back for him. And I think I'm also going to throw... I don't know if I should throw Morton or Hellickson or Oberholzer, or all 3 on the block here. Charlie Morton's really having a bad year. Hellickson's pitching like an ace. I think I'm going to throw Oberholzer's pitching well. What's his stamina? If he can actually be a starter for... Yeah, he would be a starter for us if I get rid of one of the other guys. I would like to see Hellickson stick around, so I'll throw Charlie Morton on the block. Hopefully we can get an offer for him. And then I will edit our lineup. So now, even though he's been doing a very nice job in that first base platoon, I'm going to leave Aaron Sibby on the bench for the most part. And Tyler Henson will be the new platoon mate of Ryan Howard. Alright, so now Henson is switched in as the lefty platoon mate with Ryan Howard. I also need to do something about my outfield here. Tyler Goodell's hitting 154. Cedric Hunter's hitting 217. They're in a platoon in right. While I think of it, I should actually swap Borges into right and those guys into left, since I've been neglecting to do that. In Double-A, Cam Perkins has been hitting the absolute cover off the ball. He's hitting 379 with 8 home runs, so it's time he gets a promotion here. He's going to be my starter in right in Triple-A, it looks like, and he might actually have a chance of cracking the Major League roster if he hits down there as well. Let's see who's headed down. So, since Aaron Altair is actually injured, I'll send him down. It's going to hurt his happiness, but we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't want him playing at a high level and actually helping the squad, really, if he's hurt in real life. So let's put Perkins in as the starter there, and we'll throw Altair in Double A. All right, so Cam Perkins is now in the starting lineup in Triple A. We'll look at it near the All-Star break. It looks like he might need a platoon mate when it's lefty on the hill. But his contact's actually pretty good on both sides. It's just his power that goes down. So he might actually get to be in the majors sooner rather than later. I also noticed J.P. Crawford is crushing it in AAA, hitting .320. So if he's still hitting like that at the All-Star break, he's going to come up and be my starter over Freddie Galvis. All right, now that all of that stuff is done, it's been like 40 minutes for me. It's probably been like 5 minutes in video, maybe a little longer than that. But either way, I'm going to sim a whole bunch here. Alright, we had a losing streak at the end there. June hasn't been too kind to us, but we're still somehow above 500. Second best in the division, behind only the Nationals. Much better than I thought we would be. I mean, you can just see we're ranked 30th in both pitching and hitting, 29th in fielding, though we are a speedy team. We're doing so much better than expected. I don't think I'm going to play a game, actually. I'm going to sim all the way to right before the All-Star break, since we haven't been simming quite as much as I would have expected so far. Alright, after another cold streak, we are a few games under 500, but we're still second in the division, just ahead of the Marlins. First, I wanted to look at how everyone is hitting and pitching in the majors, especially. So Borges and Hernandez each around 270s, great. Odubel Herrera, not as good as we would like, hitting 257, but 8 homers, I can't be too upset. Michael Franco's still hitting great. Tyler Henson is struggling in the majors. I might switch it back with Aaron Sibia being Howard's platoon mate. Howard still keeping up his hot streak. Cameron Rupp, he's fallen back down to earth for sure. Galvis was never really much of anything. Cedric Hunter now hitting 226. Tyler Goodell, 132. He's just gotta go. I just can't leave him on my Major League squad right now. The Phillies in real life have to leave him in the majors. He's a Rule 5 pick. I'm not bound by those rules. I don't like to cheat the system this way, but I think I'm going to send him down. Hopefully we can call up Cam Perkins. Let's see if he's hitting in AAA. Ooh, 249 is not what I wanted to see. I don't want to bring up Cody Ashe. He's just such a liability in the field. I could kind of cut bait here with Goodell, bring in Will Venable. It doesn't really help me in the long term, though. He's not really a player that's part of our long-term plan here, so I don't really want to do that. J.P. Crawford is still absolutely tearing the cover off, so he's absolutely coming up right now. I'm going to actually send Henson back down since he's really struggled at the major league level. Swapped in J.P. Crawford as our starting shortstop. We have to do something in the outfield. I think I'm going to send Goodell down. I'll probably call up Will Venable. Alright, Will Venable's taking over in left field on a permanent basis. He's playing against both kinds of pitchers. Cedric Hunter's just going to be on the bench. The Cedric Hunter experiment failed here. Tyler Goodell, ditto to him. So the two of them, not necessarily. Cedric Hunter really not part of the Phillies' long-term plans. Tyler Goodell, maybe, but he struggled so much against major league pitching. Hopefully he can find something down in AAA. If not, he might just be a lost cause for this checking team. In down at AAA, Jorge Alfaro, one of the catching prospects, is killing it down in AA, excuse me. So I'm actually going to send him to AAA. And we will send Tyler Goodell down to AA to sort things out. I think he'll be able to find an actual spot in the lineup down there. So it's a shame Tommy Joseph hasn't been hitting. He had a chance to be the kind of secondary catcher with Rupp, or maybe even taking over for Rupp, but since he's not hitting in AAA, I'm going to give Alfaro the chances. If he can hit here, he'll be in the majors before the end of the season. Tommy Joseph can actually still be valuable to us as a first base prospect. Russ Kanzler is just too old to make this team. He's 30. He's a lifelong AAA type guy. So I'm going to throw Tommy Joseph in at first. And Alfaro will be our catcher for now. I made a quick trade there. I saw a decent hitting outfield prospect just kind of on the trading block. I threw David Lowe after him. So now in our AAA system, we have this new guy, Dalton Pompey. And yeah, he's just going to take over as one of the starters in there. I'm going to leave Cam Perkins in to try to sort out his issues. Alright, sorry if there was a cut there. Had to cut away for just a second. But since we simmed a whole ton of games now, looks like we're more than 80 games through this season. Did a lot of the GM type stuff. So how about something fun? Let's actually play the All-Star game. Hopefully a Philly will have made it, though I have my doubts. Maybe Franco managed to crack the team, but he's just about the only one. Hinojosa! Be still my heart. Look at that. His ERA, 174, 24 saves, 21 strikeouts in 31 innings. He's killing it as a closer. I'm so happy that that all worked out. We switched him early on in the season, and it looks like he's one of the better closers in the league now. So the way I like to play All-Star games, I'll probably have 3 different starters throw 2 innings apiece, and then 3 of my relief pitchers will throw an inning each. So Clayton Kershaw will get the call, and I think we'll go Kershaw, Greinke. Maybe we'll skip Ryu so it's not all Dodgers pitchers. We'll reward Scott Kazmir, the old man making the All-Star game. Then our closers will definitely be Hinojosa, and then I guess Hughes and Ramirez, since they're the 2 that are in the setup and closers role. Let's see what our lineup looks like. So, Nelson at second. Riley, I don't know who that is. Ryan Domit at first, interesting. Wilton Rosario, Bryce Harper, Buster Posey, Seager, Anthony Rendon, Billy Hamilton getting the start in right field. One of my favorites, I'm sure you could tell from the last video. Odubel Herrera made the All-Star team. I wonder what his stat line is to have made the All-Stars. 257 is not great. 8 homers, 14 stolen bases. I guess I can see why he made it. A little bit of a multi-talented guy there. So, nice. A Philly making it on both sides, a pitcher and a hitter. Why don't we get started? I'll make sure to make a lot of subs so there's plenty of new faces in here. I see why Riley made it, though I don't know who he is. 99 speed will be enough. Only 10 stolen bases, though? Man, I don't quite understand, and I don't know why my leadoff hitter has 65 contact and 78 speed, but that's what the people voted for. I'll blame them. David Price getting the start against us, and the CPU often plays the All-Star game like it's just a regular baseball game, so he'll probably go like 8 innings against us. So the All-Star game taking place in Comerica Park in Detroit. I don't know what year that's a relic of, whether I know the 2005 All-Star game actually was there. I remember playing the original version of this game and it being there. But I think that might have also been the location. It may be in like 2015 when this iteration of the game came out. So, quick pop-up there. Yeah, not sure why we're in Comerica, but we are, so that should be fun. 99 speed with Riley. Oh, he's hitting 300. I guess that explains why he's an all-star as well. Not quite good enough for me, though. David Price is not going to be easy to hit against, and it's going to be rough that he's pitching against us all day, but it will be fun having guys who actually can hit the ball. And a 1-2-3 inning, even with good hitters, I'm not able to do much. Wow, Brandon Bosch 18 homers, hitting about 300. Now, I cannot wait to pitch as Clayton Kershaw. It's going to be so much better than even the pretty good pitchers we have on the Phillies. Going up against Mike Trout, this is definitely an all-star game moment. Troy Tulowitzki coming up for the American League. Glad to see he's turned it around. I guess he isn't dealing with injury in this simulation. He starts it off with a single. Next up, Alan Craig. 80 power. I didn't see how many home runs he has, but I'm sure it's quite a few. I think that's Jeff Bagwell's stance that he's got on him there. That super deep crouch. Let's see if we can get our first strikeout of the game with Kershaw. Not there. Gonna go at him again though. Try to drop a curveball inside on him. Oh. Now they've got 2 on and just 1 out, so in a little bit of a tight spot early on with Clayton Kershaw, but I think we can pull back from this one. Yeah, Brendan Bosch, 60-ish contact, 60-ish power, but looks like he was leading the American League in home runs. It's fun that little things like that emerge in your seasons. Rendon to Nelson to Domit, the double play, and man, weird seeing Ryan Domit as a regular first baseman. He may have been there for a while now, but I just remember him as the Pirates catcher for a while. I guess a lot of older catchers end up there. So Willen Rosario, my designated hitter. Designated ground out. Bryce Harper getting us our first hit of the day. He's only hitting .229, but he still made the All-Star team. That's actually something that I could see happening in real life, though. Not that he would hit .229, but if he did, he would make the All-Star team. So having some fun since it's the All-Star game, stealing second with Bryce Harper, and I'm in there in plenty of time. Bryce Harper with that 88 speed rating. Maybe a little generous, but he is a really fast guy. Buster Posey at the dish for me. Looks like they're pitching around him. I should lay off of these. I don't think I've seen a strike yet. And as I say that, I watch a strike come in. It's always how it seems to happen. So Bryce Harper advances to third, and Buster Posey is thrown out at first. Now Corey Seager, an all-star in his rookie year, hitting .290. Let's see if he can hit in our first run of the day. Nice play there by Troy Tulowitzki to put us away. So going into the second, and since I want some starters going in this game, I have to start warming them up early. I know I called Zach Greinke a Dodger. I guess he's a Diamondback in real life. Dodger hat threw me off. Oh no. Nelson Cruz taking advantage. A huge home run there. That's a pretty realistic simulation. Just Nelson Cruz mashing a ball. Josh Donaldson had one heck of a stat line there. He's a scary hitter. Wow. Back-to-back jacks. Now it's actually excusable that I have a pitcher warming up. Adrian Beltre making the All-Star game. Hitting .291 on the year. Great to see the older guy getting in there. I think he was probably on the default All-Star team in the original version of this game 11 years ago. So great seeing him now in 2016, still an All-Star. Kershaw getting the out himself. Very nice job fielding the position. I love at Comerica Park they have that like path. It probably has a name, but I only really watch NL games, I guess, so I don't see Comerica. There's the path from the mound to home plate. It's a neat little quirk. I like when ballparks have something interesting and unique. So back-to-back grounders there, and we are through the inning, but 2 back-to-back home runs cost us. Now Anthony Rendon coming up. He's hitting about what you would expect, I think. Not a super high average, but it looked like he had pretty good power numbers, and he'll get on base. And Billy Hamilton's our 9th batter. That means I can make substitutions in the field pretty freely now. I like to see everyone bat. So now 2 on, 2 very fast runners on. I'll leave Chris Nelson up. Not 100% sure how he made the All-Star team. I guess a .318 batting average seals it, but it didn't seem like he had great attributes when we were looking at him earlier. Let's see if he can hit 2 in, though. Prove me wrong with that .318 average. 3-pitch strikeout. Now, Jose Riley. I was making fun of him earlier, and I still don't know who he is. We have a lot of center fielders, so I'm not going to be the homer and bring in Odubel Herrera, but I will bring in Anthony McCutchen with 2 runners on. McCutchen's a really good hitter, someone I'm comfortable using too. Uh-oh. Speedy runners all around, but they don't turn 2. Their first baseman bobbled the ball there, and that allows the fast Billy Hamilton to take third base. I'm not sure who they have playing first over there, but he drops it. Rough go for the American League All-Stars. Let's see who that was. Who's the first baseman in this crew? Alan Craig, I guess, unless he's their DH today. They have 2 third basemen going, so it must be Alan Craig over there that dropped it. Rough for the American League, and we have a chance to score now. Doman at the plate, hitting third in the All-Star game. Incredible. He's got fast runners on, so he can drive 1 or maybe 2 in now. That'll drive in 1 at least. McCutchen will stay at second, so we'll still have 2 runners on. Sorry if this video is going a little long. I did a lot of the GM type stuff, and I'm actually enjoying doing a little more live commentary during the game. So if it goes long, it goes long. Let me know if there's a preferred length for these videos, if you like the longer ones, or if the previous lengths were a little better. Anyway, ended the inning there with a fly out. Let's bring in Zach Greinke to pitch the next couple of innings. Quick ground out to start it off for Greinke. Greinke has such a methodical delivery. Really takes him forever to get it across the plate. Another ground out for Greinke. Alan Craig a chance to redeem himself now at the plate. And yet another ground out for Greinke, the ground ball pitcher, getting it done. Bryce Harper got our first hit of the game earlier. Let's see if he can keep the day going. Easy pop up into the infield. Easy ground out there by Posey. So now 2 outs. Corey Seager coming to the plate. I'll leave him in. And that's 1, 2, 3 inning. David Price really making his way through this NL lineup with ease. And we will bring someone into the bullpen. Like I said, I think I want Scott Kazmir to pitch a couple of innings, reward him for what looks like it's a very good season. 101 strikeouts already as well. Ryu actually has a better ERA and a better record, but Kazmir, the older guy, 101 strikeouts in half a season, have to reward that. Ground out to Greinke yet again. It's his specialty in this one. Everyone is grounding it to my infield, and I don't mind that at all. Yeah, so Greinke getting 6 outs, pitching 2 innings, all 6 ground outs, and that's it for him. So we'll leave Rendon in. We'll start taking people out in the next go around the lineup, I think. Rendon pops out right around third base. Billy Hamilton, let's try the bunt to get on here. Oh yeah, Billy Hamilton, plenty of speed there. The bunt to get the single. That's something you'd really see in the All-Star game, I think. They're going to argue it. Looks like John Farrell coming out. Not going to get chucked. What a shame, that would have been fun. Billy Hamilton, of course I'm going to try to steal second. No problem. So 1 out, Nelson with a chance to hit in the run here. Do we have any third baseman on the bench? Nah, we'll leave Nelson in since there's not another third baseman there. No swing. Billy Hamilton will score on that one, no question in my mind. They're not even going to throw home, they're just going to keep the batter on first. So that single ties the game. Andrew McCutchen now up with a man on first. And McCutchen gets on base yet again. So 2 on and 1 out. And the heart of the lineup is coming right up. I know I keep complimenting Ryan Domit here, but I think we do have someone else who can play first. We actually don't. We have a backup catcher, and I'm just going to leave him there just in case Posey gets hurt. We have a couple of infielders and a couple of outfielders, but Domit's going to stay in the game with 2 on now. They hit my batter. I'm not going to charge the mound in the All-Star game. That seems ridiculous. So we're going to have the bases loaded now for Willen Rosario. He's our DH. So I think I'm just going to bring in whoever our best hitter against lefties is. So let's see how everyone is against lefties. Rosario, 81 and 68 contact. He might actually be our best. Yeah, Willen Rosario is our best bet here. Let's see if we can hit a grand slam in the All-Star game. Well, a base hit to score a couple of runs in the All-Star game sure isn't bad. Oh, I missed the button there. Didn't quite slide into third. I guess it caught their third baseman off guard, seeing a guy just kind of slowing down into third. So now runners at the corners and 1 out for Bryce Harper. Lines out. Anyway, though, we're up 4-2. Looks like Greinke will have will get the decision if this lead holds. Buster Posey went around. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buster Posey. I want to leave him in and leave the backup catcher on the bench just in case something goes horribly wrong. Yeah, strikeout by Posey. So let's bring in Kazmir as we try to win this game in relief now. Beltre hits it hard against Kazmir, but not hard enough. Andrew McCutchen able to get under that for the first out of the inning. This guy hit and cut. The infielder should be on their toes. This guy's got some great wheels. Dustin Pedroia grounds out to third. Not an easy play by Anthony Rendon over there, but does a nice job of putting the man away. So now 2 outs. And that'll make it 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Kazmir. Alright, we're bringing out Corey Seager. We're going to put in Jose Reyes, who made the All-Star game. He's hitting .291, 11 home runs. Wow, he's Really rejuvenated, it seems. And 96 speed in 2016. I really get on the speed ratings in this. Not to hate on whoever made the roster. An incredible amount of work went into it, but I feel like some of the old guys, he just left their speed the same as it was 11 years ago. So Reyes opens it up with a pop out. Rendon follows him to the opposite field. And now Billy Hamilton. He's 2 for 2 on the day, so I'll leave him in. And he will fly out as well. So a 1-2-3 inning, a few fly outs. Let's see if Kazmir can keep it going. He was 1-2-3 last inning. Kazmir's fastball hitting 89. He was never a power pitcher, and now in 2016 in the All-Star game, throwing these pitches in the mid 80s. The slider at 82. Really great to see. And the changeup strikes out Mike Trout. That's my first strikeout with any of these All-Star pitchers. Who thought Mike Trout would be the first victim and Scott Kazmir would be the first one to pick up a K? Rendon puts away the second out of the inning. And now one more and Kazmir will go 2 clean innings as well. And a ground out to third. So Kazmir goes 2 clean innings, 1-2-3 back to back. The same happened with Greinke. So now we are up 4-2, and I will bring in to the bullpen Dalier Hinojosa. Get warm, young man. One of the 2 Phillies All-Star representatives, and he will pitch our 7th inning. So 2 quick outs. It's Ryan Domit still. Gotta leave him in. Don't have another first baseman. So 1-2-3. But now, our greatest pitcher, Hinojosa, coming in. Let's see if he can have a clean inning after 4 hitless by our starters. There's one. Jose Reyes making it more difficult than it needed to be. Two with Rendon. And the pop out to Andrew McCutchen will mean yet another hitless inning. This time Hinojosa getting 1-2-3 himself. Willen Rosario, he'll stay in. We'll have someone come in and hit for Bryce Harper coming up next. So Rosario will get a double here. He's really slow. Might have been a triple. I'll go for the triple. Might have been an inside the Parker if Billy Hamilton was at the plate. So I'm going to bring in someone to pinch hit for Bryce Harper. Let's have someone who can play left field. So, yeah, Dahl can play left field. He'll come in for Harper. I want Odubel Herrera to pinch run for Willen Rosario. And in the bullpen, we will have Hughes over here. Jerry Hughes, I believe his name is. He'll start getting warm. He'll pitch our 8th, and hopefully, if he can get through it, Ramirez will pitch our 9th.
They're making a substitution. Runner on third with no outs.
And that will score the speedy Odubel Herrera. I don't think Willen Rosario would have made it there. They had the infield in. So, we scored another run there. A Philly scores a run. A Philly will get a hold. A great all-star game if you're a Phillies fan. And Buster Posey will ground out, and that will be out number 2 as Jose Reyes comes up. Let's make yet another swap here. I don't know if Will Middlebrooks can play shortstop. He can play third base. Can Rendon play shortstop? He can play second base. Nelson, what do you play? Nelson can play anywhere. So, maybe in the 9th, actually, we'll have Middlebrooks come in for Nelson instead. Jose Reyes just barely got into this game.
He swung through the pitch.
And Jose Reyes grounds out to second to end the inning, but not before we scored a run. Willen Rosario's triple. He got sack hit in. Odubel Herrera running for him got sack hit in, I should say. So now with a 3-run lead, Hughes is coming on as our setup man. There's out number 1. So we've retired, I think, 16 straight. We had 5 innings hitless, and then we just had another out there. So yeah, 16 outs in a row, 17 outs in a row. Hughes looking to make it 18 straight at-bats without a hit for the American League. And Hughes strikes out Russell Martin to put away our 18th straight batter. And we'll be going into the 9th with a 3-run lead. And Noberto is coming in to pitch. Another lefty, Jordan Noberto. And let's make sure we have our closer warming up. And who's still on our bench? Just our catcher and Will Middlebrooks. So I'll have Middlebrooks hit 3rd in this inning, and we'll leave the catcher on the bench in case of emergency. Quick out there by Rendon. Man, this sidearm delivery by Noberto's got me all crossed up. It's really hard to read him. Yeah, strikes out Billy Hamilton, no problem. And as promised, we'll bring in the pinch hitter. Nelson's coming out. Will Middlebrooks will come in and play second base. Middlebrooks hits pretty well against lefties, so he has a decent chance here. Looks like he's hitting .292 on the year, which is pretty respectable. And he will ground out just the same. So 3 quick outs in the top of the 9th. We'll bring in the closer, Ramirez, see if he can put this game away for the National League All-Stars. Mike Trout, foul pops up near first base. Ryan Doumit will put him away. So just need 2 more outs. Troy Tulowitzki at the dish now. Another out to Doumit, this time the grounder, and he'll put him away himself. So Alan Craig will be the last batter, possibly of this All-Star game, unless he can get a hit here. And to Will Middlebrooks, so everyone that came in gets involved. The soft toss over to Doumit barely gets him in time, playing a little fast and loose there, but the National League All-Stars get the win. Zach Greinke gets credit for the win there after pitching the 3rd and the 4th without giving up even a hit. Ramirez gets the save. Kazmir, Dahlia Hinojosa, and Hughes will all get holds there. Very nice job by the NL All-Stars. Glad I could get my Phillies involved. Glad I could get pretty much everyone involved except the backup catcher. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you're enjoying this series, what you might want to see as we get into the second half of the season. I think next episode I'll start off by cutting through some trades. I'll really be trying to trade Ryan Howard before the deadline. And yeah, thanks for watching.